Alright, it is time. After wearing this watch just about a week, you know what I think? I think this is a piece of art. And let me show you guys why. Boom, of course, it looked incredibly good thanks to the metal bezel constructions there. Of course, a lot of finishing, combining two different materials, even three now for the biomass strap. Regardless, there's other thing that makes this watch good, and that being, it is, in my opinion, a combination and amalgamation of every Mudmaster ever in a single watch. Let me explain. First, of course, reference number gwgB1000, and that probably came with this original gwgB1000. Of course, it has Bluetooth, thus B. Regardless, the design itself, you could see it right away, right? It came from this guy. A lot of other G-Shock came from this, but it is bulky, it is big, though it is very practical. Don't disregard that, but still, it has some issues with weight. And then Casio released this guy, gwg2000, with better, upgraded, fancier material, forged up carbon pieces for this part of the bezel and this part as well, and you have overall lighter weight, more flashy G-Shock watch. And you could see the same build idea being applied on this with this two bezel piece here, but instead of carbon we got metal, which is even better. Plus carbon core guard inside, and you still have a lot of other carbon pieces all around the watch, like this piece on the side, which is incredible. Now the crown also different. It's featured a bit more larger, I would say, teeth from a gear, for example, and even though it is smaller in size in comparison to the previous Mudmaster, it is way easier to operate because the teeth is bigger, it is sharper, and overall make a whole better experience even with a small size crown. Now carry on to the next part. Now we got two of this, right? And then if you look closely from the front, and basically this is the best part for the watch. I mean, there's a lot of angles, point of view, you could see it, right? But this is my favorite part. Basically every time I put this thing on, this is the thing that you're going to be seeing first, right? So this section here is the best part of the watch. Look at that button texture though. That is entirely new, and again also a piece of art itself. And they applied on all sides button as well, and it looks so good, so good. Now the point here is that yellow accents in there. Notice that thing? 1 2 3 4. You could pretty much see the same thing out of this Mudman as well. I don't think even any kind of function at all, but it looks good. The color accents make the watch looks better, and same could be seen in here. Combination of yellow, some red, rose gold IP on the watch ring makes everything look so good, and I'm pretty sure we could customize that to different colors in the future. Talking of colors, look at the strap, lighter tone of red. I mean, unlike previously released Mudmaster, every time they release something, they normally come with this vibrant red color. Right now it is toned down, so that's even better. Now I'm gonna talk about the bezel real quick, because it is also IP to blackish, but not entirely black like one of these. Flashy, right? Gloss black finishing. It has some iron plating on it, making it a bit more scratch resistant in comparison to this. Let's compliment this thing because it deserves it. Next part is the tone of the ring. Look at that. It came in rose gold, but not like one of these kind of rose gold. It is a bit more toned down, and that looks even better for a first release. You know, if they were to release something flashy like this, maybe not a lot of you guys will be into this, so that's good as well. And then if you look closely on the watch face down low, notice that some metal like pieces. It has flashiness effect to it, so this is not kind of those stealth looking G-Shock Mudmaster watch. This is definitely flashy, and that I believe was taken out of, remember, the old gwg100, not 1000 but 100, or GSG100. Remember those? Mudmaster without any built-in sensor whatsoever. This watch have those properties in it, even though it didn't have any glow on the dot properties like that watch, but you get the point. It looks flashy like those watch. And these two hands, this part over here represent the barometer hands indicator, and this part representing the compass. You could see the same thing out of a GG1000 twin sensor Mudmaster. Of course, that's one feature, a digital display. This one has analog, but you get the point. Same feature for bearing memory. Also, you could see the same on a twin sensor Golf Master as well. I have to point it out. Those are one of my favorite G-Shock watch. Anyway, function wise overall, since it has Bluetooth, it works the same way as this guy, but with more sub-dials, so you could operate pretty much two things at once. Well, the indicator function for the compass and the barometer could also be operated using one of these, but now it has a dedicated display just for that feature. Now it has Bluetooth function. It is pretty much the same as this guy, but it didn't have any step tracker sensor like this one does. So there's that. Now let's talk about the sensor. It is just as being stated over here. Notice that triple sensor, multiband 6, tough solar, no GPS mentioned whatsoever. So it only gonna use the GPS when you pair it to your phone, and then it will basically just an indicator. Whatever direction that your phone is pointing, it will transfer that data to this watch, and the watch will point to that direction, and that's how it works. Didn't have any GPS data whatsoever, so you have to consistently pair with the phone to operate the navigation function, which you could use. But personally, I would rather use it as is, independently, without using any phone. It will operate just as good. Let me demonstrate that real quick. Notice that if I enter the compass mode, press this button once, there we go, point to north direction, both of these hands. Check this out. If I rotate this thing, right, there we go. Now if I want this watch to point to separate goal whenever direction that I'm going, just point to 12 o'clock position, say I'm gonna point to this direction, right, there we go. Press this button once, bam. Now the sub-dial will keep pointing to this direction, and these hands will only point to north direction. Now you have two pointers, so you can always keep your track, move along to a terrain, the tracking, and still have that specific direction to your goal pointed there. So that's great. This alone already good enough. You don't need your phone for that, just so you know. Now carry on to the barometer part. Enter this mode, press this button again, press and hold, info will be turned on, and now the hands will just show you guys if there's sudden change in atmospheric pressure. Pretty much you could get the same function of the Golfmaster. Even the older Mudmaster have it. Notice there's the numbering around the ring there. That is what this thing is doing, but in a smaller portion of the watch. Other than that, everything is the same. We got the thermometer, we got your recall function for the altimeter, you got the sunrise and sunset time and date, stopwatch, timer, alarm, world time, receive for the multiband 6 feature, and back to home timekeeping, where the hands will also serve as a battery level indicator. Of course, you can see your day of the week, the date in digital format, and then the backlighting. It's pretty much straightforward. I'm not a big fan of this. I'll explain later in the next video, but that's how it is. Overall, you're pretty much getting a lot of this premium G-Shock watch out of a single model. Anyway, with all those things combined, I do think this is it. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.